What's up, jerks? Welcome to Watchbots Prime. This is Ben, wishing you all a very happy, thirsty Thursday. I remember in college, I guess this is probably still the case, I don't know, where Thursday was the big drinking day. After classes ended on Thursday, people would roll out to the bars with their fake IDs and that shit. And I always marveled at people who had fake IDs because not only did I not have one, I couldn't even fathom how to get one. I remember looking up on the internet, like fake ID, and you would see all these sites, but there's no way that they were real. You know, you couldn't put in a PayPal address and get them to send it to you, but we had our jollies just the same. God, that was not believable. Anyway, Bachelorette recap. This week's episode was a bit of a dud. So all of these shows are 2 hours and they've been getting increasingly cliffhangery. Like the big buildup is who's she going to give the rose to? Who's getting sent home? And this is like 4 episodes in a row without a rose ceremony at the end, which fucking pisses me off. But anyway, we start with the cliffhanger from last week where Hannah is with Luke P, who's the psychopath dude. And she says she can't give him a rose and he's just looking at her like an idiot. And then the episode starts and she sends him home. But then this dude is just like wandering around in the forest in the dark by himself. And it's not even remotely believable, but it paints him like a fucking psycho. And he storms back into the house and he tells her he's going to fight for her and he has feelings and all this shit. And she lets him back in for now. And then they have this lame cocktail party where people just talk about Luke and they just argue. And I feel like half the show is just dudes sitting on a couch wearing suits of varying quality and arguing about who's here and who's real in this shit. So she comes in and she's like, hell no. And she tells him to cut the shit and that none of them know her. And she sort of like breaks down the entire concept of the show. I don't know. Maybe she is real. It's a lot to think about. But then she sends home the doughy unemployed guy, which broke my heart. Because that guy was living it up every second he was there. And now what is he going to do? He has to go home and like not have a job and fucking be a gorgeous man. So then the second half of the episode, they go to Latvia, which is beautiful. But then they immediately have this long, hour-long interview with the host and Hannah. And it's a clip show. It's a fucking clip show in the middle of the season. They're playing it off like she's questioning her desire to be there. And then he is trying to coach her back into it. But it goes into things he's like, well, we taped some things you didn't know. And it's this wacky clip of her fucking naming a zit. I don't know, Bachelorette. I don't know. And then I guess there's another Bachelor offshoot that starts the week after. I had no idea that the Bachelor/et was a 52-week-a-year commitment, but here we are. I can't turn back now. I also spent some time in the Reddit for The Bachelor, and boy, oh boy, people are opinionated in there. So check it out. I also finished the first season of Star Trek this week. No segue required. And I wrote up my thoughts on my web blog thing, bogan.zone. I just minted it. I do this a lot where I get into writing and talking about varying things and then I forget about it. So when you see the abandoned sign up on that site, you'll know it's gone, but we'll try to get it going while we're here. Pete and Pete, I know I said I would watch more of it. I didn't, but the memories remain. It sort of surprises me that if you go into Target, you see like Nickelodeon-esque shirts, that there's no Krebstar merchandise. Where's the Krebstar stuff? We need more Krebstar. But this week, we are wrapping up NickJune, and Dave tried to spoil the episode on Pete and Pete. I don't know why. That's my bit, you know? Fucking stay in your lane, Dave. Fuck. But we're watching Wild and Crazy Kids.
Welcome to Wild and Crazy Kids, the show that goes anywhere and does anything to find kids having fun. With your hosts, Jessica Gaines, Omar Gooding, Donnie Jeffco, and special guest stars Michael Bauer, Venus DeMilo, and Danny Cookson.
And it even has guest stars. So it's a unique challenge trying to talk through a game show, but we're going to do it. There's a lot of stuff to pick through. It's fun. Wild and Crazy Kids is sort of like the precursor to Wipeout or Ninja Warrior, maybe. Maybe Ninja Warrior was on at the same time. I don't know. Shows air in Japan. They don't air here for fucking 25 years. So what am I talking about? I don't know. I'm tired. Well, this has gone on long enough. So we will talk to you next week. NickJune, Wild and Crazy Kids, get psyched. This is Ben. Don't be a stickly. Be a Nickly. I'm fucking terrible at these. Bye.